Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I've been having a play with a little fun fold crisscross pocket card it's called. Well, that's what I'm calling it anyway. And it's just absolutely divine. And this centerpiece pulls out for you to write your message. And it crisses over at the front like a crisscross. And then your card pocket bit pops into there. And you might have to fill a little bit with your paper to get it lined up because of the adhesive strip. But I'm going to show you what I did with mine. So I've still got a nice little border across the top, and I've added, to save waste in the designer series paper, I'll show you what I did. And these are the flaps you cut off. So this gives me that circle, so I'm not wasting anything. Look at my beautiful little bow. Oh, let me just grab some ribbon because I forgot to fetch some over. Oh, I'm terrible. I always forget something. There we go. Whoops. Nearly went flying. I was losing my balance somewhere down the line. But for this gorgeous little bow, isn't that beautiful? You've got plenty of space. That will fit in the normal size envelope as well, because it works out. You are 4 1/8 by 5 1/2 with this card. Plenty of space, like I'm saying. This is your pocket piece. I've cut mine down to 3 7/8 by 5 1/4, but you may have to take another 1/8 of an inch off. I'm not saying it's gospel, but I want you to check against your card because we've got adhesive in here, and this is 4 1/8. You know, you may need to trim this down. So this is where I say you might need adjustments. But according to that, if I do my other card right, that fits perfect. And I'm going to add some of the designer series paper. So there's my little pocket card. And it just says, hello. Oh, isn't that cute? Absolutely adorable. So you're going to need a piece of, I'm using Bermuda Bay. This is 4 1/8 by 11. You're going to need another piece then, which is 4 1/8 by 6. So you're going to score this at 1/2 inch, and we're going to score this in half. Let me show you. Oh, I got the sniffles. So the 4 1/2, the 11 by 4 1/8, we're just going to score this at 5 1/2. Then we're going to take, right, I want it, so you want to take a corner off. So you're going to pop it in here to this join, to this score line, and we're just going to make sure they stay in the track lines. So it's in the track line at the top, and where's my bone? And it's in the track line here. So you can cut that off. And there is where you can fit that circle punch there to get that decoration on the front. So you're not wasting nothing. So now we need to fold this and make sure you're folding it right along that edge. You don't want it to be out of place. And you're just going to fold this down. So, and this piece is for the other side. So we're going to attach that in there. Slice that off and then have it fold that way. So what you need to do now is cut from the score line down to there. So right there now, because we want you know, don't go cutting this off, we want this. So we need to cut from this corner on the score line to this corner off. So best to measure and check twice. So again, it's in this score line track, and it's right into this corner. Oops, she says. Let me just get that back in. Perfect. So, and then just cut. And again, you've got another piece if you want to double up on another card. So now we're going to take our snips, and we're just going to miter that end. And I'm mitering this one slightly. Right, with the designer series paper, I've already cut it and this was I cut this down to 4 inches. Excuse me. Ooh. DSP is 3 7/8, sorry, by 5 1/4. Now that's that 1/4 inch you cut off the 6, because they come in 6 by 6s. I want this now to adhere to my top of my card, just to give it some dimension. And I'm going to have the stripes on this one. I had the spots on the other one, so we're going for the stripes. I'll attach and then trim off any excess. So it's basically, how can I say it now? It is that way. Because I have 2 cards, you can leave them, you could cut this in half and have it like this if you wanted. But because I was doing 2 cards, I wanted to keep the spots and the stripes together on this one. So these, you just basically cut the size 3 7/8 by 5 1/4, and just cut corner to corner. And then if you want to use in one piece of paper, you will have spots one side and stripes the other. But because I'm doing 2 cards, I swapped one of the sides over, and that's how I got my... Right, now I need to fold that way. Give that a good burnish. We're going to add tearing tape, because when we line this up at the bottom against there, then we're going to attach that bit over there. So you get that, there's your other flap. So we need to add tearing tape. I should have just cut the design series paper with you just to show you, but like a silly sausage. But try and keep this tape as close to that score line as possible without going over, because you want it to be as close to your card as possible. So I'm going to trim because I don't want any bits coming off. I'm going to burnish this down. Look how close that is, perfectly close to that score line. It's right up to the edge. I'm going to peel off the backing. My husband gets so carried away on his game. Right, fold this back on itself. Oops, and then we're going to line this right up on that square, on there, against the edge. Don't push it too far over. You want it close, and then just fold that flat down. And then this is where you've got your double flap. Isn't that cute? Crisscross. And we're going to have this like this. So now, because we cut the DSP slightly smaller, it will give a little border all the way around. It's just so cute. I'm going to use wet glue for this. Lovely. Oops. So we've got spots on one side, stripes on the other. If you wanted to just flip this over right now, we could do it with the spots again. But because I've made one, this is why I got to pinch that other piece. But you will have contrasting corners if you use one sheet. So I recommend you use 2 if you want to keep it all stripes or all spots. And then you could make 2 cards with them, like I have done here. So I'm just going to move that up. So I got a nice border there and there. And I'm going to attach this side as well. I do apologise, I have got the sniffles terrible today. Just grab my tissue. Try and keep it as close to the edge as possible without going over too much. And then we're going to attach this side. And I'm going to grab my bone folder. It's a bit sticky. And make sure that it's pressed down firmly. So this is our little crisscross card. Now we've got it into place and we know the ends are running flush. Just going to give this another burnish. Perfect. So, I don't know if anyone's still got this, but this is 1/8 of an inch, and it's like the red tape we used to have. I get this from a place called Stix 2 online. It's STIX 2, and it's perfect. And you can't snap this; you have to trim it. So I'm going to pop this along these two little flaps, and I'm going to keep it as close to that edge as possible, because our card is going to sit in here and it's going to have to sit against this tape. So that's why I don't want a gap. That way I have to cut my card down. So it's keeping it right along the edge. Trim that off. I know I've left a bit over, but I'm going to turn it over now and I'm going to trim that little piece. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Oh, sorry, I'm going to hang that over because I'm going to snip it off anyway. So just stay in as close to that bottom as you can. This is uber sticky. And take it to the corner. And you're going to snip. And then I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to trim that end off. Oh, sorry, my nose is dribbling. There we go. This sticks like crazy, so, and I think it's only about £2 for about, oh, I couldn't say how many metres, but there's a lot on their own and it lasts for ages. Let me just pop this away for a second. So I'm just going to press down to make sure it's stuck to my card, and like I say, this is not coming off. So if you make a boo-boo with this, then it's, once it's stuck, it's stuck. So I'm going to fold this over, making sure it lines up with the edge of my card. Perfect. And then we can burnish again. And then again with this side, making sure it's level with the bottom of the card. And we're going to burnish that as well. Isn't that cute? And I like the fact that it's got a little bit of a bevel, because you need to be able to sit your card in there. So now the tape is on, you can see if you need to adjust. So I don't want to force this down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little tiny slither off this, because I want that little border at the top as well. You don't have to, you can have it flush to the top. That's entirely up to you. So I'm going to put this in, and I'm basically just going to cover where my blade goes and take that tiny little slither off. Oh, I've got the sniffles. If you want to add the spots now and keep it contrasting, so you've got spots and stripes, entirely up to you, but I'm going for the stripes. I know they're not running the right way, but I just think they're so cute. So I'm going to glue. I'm leaving that much off the end because I know that's the bit that's going to get trimmed off. No point putting glue on it all. And I'm just leaving a tiny little border. Perfect. Spin that over and trim that off. Check that it fits in our card now. And perfect. I love that. It looks like a gentleman's jacket, doesn't it? Love it. This could be the collar. That's so cute. So I did what I did with my triangles. I cut out, this is the number 6 size circle, and you just get, you've got, you know, you've got plenty. I also did the second largest and the stitched ovals, and I'm just going to bob some glue on there. I'm going to stick those two together. And this is from Flourishing Phrases. Whoops, and it's the tiny little one out of here. And I've gone ahead, what you can see is I've attached our double-sided sticky tape on the back, and then I've run this through the Big Shot. This gives me this gorgeous little shape, and I'm going to pop out the bits. Do you find things tend to stick a little bit because there's a double-sided tape on the back? So just run your finger over the back and they will come off. You get tiny little, oh, I love the detail on this, absolutely stunning. Okay, it does stick to you though, mind, fair play. Doesn't want to come off, it's stuck to my finger now, look. So I'm going to bob this other piece out this side. I'm going to try and find, oops, looks like a little crescent moon, doesn't it? Isn't that cute? I'm just going to peel that back off. There we go, it's sticking to my nail now. So that's gone, that's on there. Look at that tiny little moon. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. So now I can just pop out my other piece. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? And it leaves little dots where those holes are, if you notice. Absolutely gorgeous. And it does it on all round, and I think that's really cute. So if you want a little moon for a baby card, keep those. They're so cute. They would be nice as something in a shaker card. So I've got the words here, hello, and I'm just going to stamp that. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Oh, I'm going to have to use my Bermuda Bay. I didn't get any ink out. Silly sausage. So I'm going to stamp the hello because I want it to be as straight as possible, and I'm just going to bob this down here. Oh, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. Then I'm going to attach this beautiful little flourish when I can peel the back off. It will come off, trust me. Just got to get your nail in between. There we go. There we go. How perfect is that? I just see a little tiny piece in there. I'm going to grab that piece of paper because it's got sticky on the back, and just lift that off. It just wants to stick to everything. Sorry about this. There we go. So I'm going to have this standing right next to my lovely word hello. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I thought I had my knuckles in it then. So I'm going to grab a few dimensionals, and I'm only adding them to the bottom because I don't want to stick them higher than my card. My stomach is rumbling like mad. So only to the bottom half. And I'm going to stick this right in the centre. How's that? Right, now for my inner card piece. I've got this gorgeous leaf And I did stamp off on the other one, but I'm going to leave this one a bit full strength, I think. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm in the corners, if you've noticed. Giving me plenty of space to write a message. That is absolutely beautiful. Love it. And then we can pop our insert in. And I've got that lovely little border right away across the top, just by taking that little slither off. And now I'm going to tie the gorgeous little bow. And I'm going to do it by freehand. Ooh, gainer. Freehand. So I've got enough here just to grab 2 little bunny ears. And I'm going to cross them over. Take that over and let that tail flip through. Grab the ends when I can. There it is. And then I can adjust this gorgeous little bow. My stomach is going 40 to the dozen here, and it's not because I'm hungry, because I'm definitely not. So pull the bunny ears so they're tight. And that looks a bit skew-with. Twist that so it's the right way. Or is it the other way? There we go. I think that's okay. My alarm's just gone off of my tablet. It's 10 o'clock in the night. Oh, do you know, my scissors have never cut. They're no good for ribbon. You watch girls and they do it perfect, but mine have never cut ribbon, ever. So I'm going to have a play with this bow, I think. It's just, there it is. Oh, it just needs the tails coercing to dangle down the bottom. I'm going to grab a glue dot for that. Oh, sorry about sniffling. Our weather here has been up, down, up, down, up, down. We've had thunderstorms. We've had it absolutely red hot. And the weather just doesn't know what it wants to do. So I'm going to add that little glue dot right down there. Squish it in. Because this bow is so tiny. And I'm going to attach that right on top of that glue dot. And I will, there we go, I'll adjust my tails after. Just wanted to show you how I did this beautiful card. Isn't it gorgeous? I love that. I think, and if you're doing, like I'm saying, you could have the stripes and the spots on one side and maybe trim this in half and have spots and stripes opposite sides. It's entirely up to you. Oh, my little gorgeous rhinestones. What I did, I just clumped them in a set of 3. 1, 2, and 3 on my card to finish off. So we now have stripes and we now have spots. So I'm going to mess with these ribbons till I get them right. But thanks for watching and thanks for coming along and visiting my channel today. If you've not subscribed already and you'd like to, just please press this button down here in the corner. And if you want to see what I make tomorrow, press the little bell straight after you and you'll be notified as soon as it's uploaded. But love and leave you all. Thanks, a thumbs up please and a share. That would be absolutely amazing. And come back tomorrow, see what I do tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.